My throat is raspy. I'm hoarse after a week of illness, and as a public speaker and coach, that's a liability for me. So I thought I'd turn lemons to lemonade and use this as a learning moment for you and for me. You see, even a simple cold virus can lead to voice loss because the vocal cords, they take a beating. Healthy vocal cords located right above the windpipe, like here, they need to be lubricated and pliable to produce the best sounds. Irritation, inflammation from illness or overuse can stiffen the delicate tissues. 3 years ago, I lost my voice completely a few days right before a big presentation. I polled a dozen friends and received about as many home remedies. And later, I learned that these were mostly myths, although well intentioned. Myth number one: drink warm tea with lemon and honey. Now, there's nothing wrong with honey except that it can create more mucus. But tea and lemon are both acidic, which can irritate the vocal cords and trigger acid reflux, which makes the irritation much worse. Myth number two: gargle with salt and warm water. Now, gargled substances do not actually get into the larynx or touch the vocal cords, so otherwise you would choke. Myth number three: throat sprays like Chloroseptic, Entertainer's Secret, Vocalese, and lozenges. Well, these may soothe your throat, but they never actually travel down to touch the vocal cords to actually have a beneficial effect. Myth number four: one of the worst things you can do for your voice is to whisper. And the second worst thing is to to clear your throat. Forcing sounds when the vocal cords are inflamed isn't recommended for fast healing because it smacks them together with more force than they can actually withstand in normal use. So you may think you're helping your voice by whispering, but in fact, you're making the situation much worse. Myth number five: have a hot toddy made with tea and a little brandy or rum. Now, these may help you forget that you have lost your voice, but do little to reach the inflamed area of your larynx and the vocal cords. Besides, alcohol dehydrates you. And when you're struggling to speak, what you need is moisture, otherwise known as water, agua. So, what can you do to heal your vocal cords and recover your normal speaking voice? Well, it's two things: lubricate and rest. Moist is good. Moist is good for the voice, so drink lots of water. Hydration keeps the vocal cords at their correct fullness so they can vibrate well without hoarseness. Rest is what healed my voice when I lost it entirely before that big presentation. I went silent for 48 hours before that big day and recovered enough voice to actually lead that 4-hour workshop. Remember that regaining a lost voice from illness or strain is simply a matter of time and rest and lots of hydration. Losing your voice can feel like the end of the world when you speak for a living. So there's no shortcuts to recovery. Be patient and treat your vocal toolbox with extra kindness. Avoid foolish practices and home remedies, and your body will heal itself. You'll see.